part of me that was taken from me that I was never able to get back. However, in other areas, I was able to evolve and grow. But that one area I will call arrested development, I was stunted. So I'm still looking for that part of me, and there are many others like me. So that's where the title came, Stop Stealing Our Souls.
Yeah.
You know, putting an end to sex exploitation, because not only did my cousin sodomize or rape me, he did this to other family members, but I was the sacrifice lamb. I was the one he went to jail for. So he was doing this before I came to visit, to spend the night, actually. I was a guest. You know how we let our children go and spend the night, you know, so I was brutally raped. And thank God, you know, I was that lamb for my cousins, because they basically said, hey, you freed us. You helped us when, you know, our uncle went to jail for what he did to you.
Is it fair to say that in so many cases, a lot of us, being regular folk, look the other way or sweep this issue under the rug? We don't want to deal with it. It doesn't exist. Is it fair to say that?
It is fair to say that. It is fair to say that because it's a learned behavior. Sometimes, and if you go back to slavery, you'll remember, you know, hey, you don't tell what goes on here. You just take the pain and you deal with the pain. And as Black people, I just feel like sometimes we're too strong for our own bridges. You know, sometimes we think we can handle things, or, oh, it happened when I was 5 or 10, but you're 60 now and you're very disturbed in your mind and your soul, and you've never dealt with those issues. So I feel like a lot of things I swept under the rug, even the Jesus rug. You know, I'm gonna give it to the Lord. I grew up in church, but you have to also be a realistic person and say, hey, I need psychological help too, and not just the spiritual help, because you definitely need God. You will not survive sexual abuse without having a higher power, you know, to help through your everyday emotions and feelings.
Well, now you and Council Member Trayonwhite, along with Chief of Staff Wanda Lockridge, hope to bring more awareness to this issue. You're looking to spearhead a sexual abuse healing rally set to take place April 28th, 10 a.m. until 1:30. It's at the Bethlehem Baptist Church Field. That's 2458 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue in Southeast. What's to be expected at this rally? What am I going to be surrounded by? What are you going to talk about?
Okay, so we will be talking, we have different categories. So we will be educating the community. That's one segment. We have the healing segment, in which we will have, you know, psychologists, therapists. We will have the clergy there. We have an empowerment piece in which we'll have Dr. Ife Williams, the national president of Black Women in Congress, speaking on behalf of the organization against sexual abuse. You know, we'll have Mike Lowes, who is running for PG County State Attorney. We have, definitely, we have flying in from Atlanta, Halima Muhammad Ali, Clara and Elijah Muhammad's grandmother.
Oh, wow.
So she will be speaking also. Just standing up for those that have been sexually abused.
Yeah.
So,
is it fair to say that this is a family affair? Meaning, should mom, dad, and the children come?
absolutely.
And why is that?
Because, you know, men are affected by sexual abuse, and women and children, and we want to educate the entire family. We also have activities for the children. We'll have moon bounces, we'll have a cotton candy machine, we'll have popcorn machine. We will have, you know, just things. We will have organizations with resource tables. We'll have giveaways. We are here for a family affair. You called it, you said it. It's a family affair. We're not here to just talk about the problem. We're here to bring some solutions, and I'm giving out action items because I don't believe in just speaking and hyping the crowd up. I'm giving the organizations, the churches, I'm giving everybody action items to help the community. You know why? Because right now, there's someone who is living in a home with someone who is raping or abusing them and their children, but they have nowhere to go. So they have to take it. I'm tired of that. We're not going to take this anymore. We don't have to wait for the government to help us. We have money in our communities. We have resources in our communities. And I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of talking. So now I want to make something happen. And I don't care if I stand alone. I have to do this because I can't sleep at night knowing that people are
And this is not the first time that you're making something happen. A lot of folks don't know, but now they will, is that you are also an author. You authored the book entitled Your Deliverance is Coming. I'm thumbing through the book right now, and you have different titles for different chapters, of course, but how to overcome depression, relationships. I even saw something about how to get over being raped. I mean, you're really getting to the nitty gritty of all of this.
Yes, I am. I have to because silence is a killer. When you are silent, you are killing yourself internally. That's even if you have an alt with your brother or sister. If you keep that poison inside of you, it just multiplies. And it eventually, if you have too much poison in you, your result is demise. You know, so we have to get this topic out. We have to talk about it. We have to be candid about it. We have to stop saying, oh no, that's too much information. We don't need to talk about that. But you'll talk about what happened on Love and Hip Hop. You'll talk about who's on drugs. You'll talk about who's doing what with who. Like, you talk about things that don't matter, but what matters, people want you to be quiet. And I refuse to. I think everybody that knows me knows that about me.
Wow. Did you ever envision this? Meaning, thinking back to the time when you were going through your trials and tribulations, dealing with what you had to deal with, did you ever envision one day that not only would you be a spokesman, you'd be an author, you'd be well respected within this community to really carry the torch and tell folks about what's going on and how they can fix their lives with regard to all of these issues? Did you ever think that?
Yes, and I have Martin Luther King Jr. to give that credit to, and of course God. But as a little girl, I would go to Walter T. Daniel Library on Rhode Island in 7th Street Northwest, and I would sit in a whale's mouth. It was full of carpet, and you could sit and read, and I wasn't forced to go. I would go on my own.
Yes, good morning. Happy Sunday. Probably you missed it. Young lady, 5 years old, got raped by a family member. She was born through incest. All right, she was raped when she was 5 years old. Of course, you heard just by going to a relative's house. He was the age of 21 years old, and if you might have missed it, she said he was arrested for the crime and later went to jail. He later got raped in prison. All right, and he later died with AIDS. So, guys, she mentioned that April the 28th, it will be a sexual healings movement in D.C. If you could just log it in on your phone, I guess, I'm sure it will come up. You can Google it. It will be in Washington, D.C. I believe she said in Southeast, if I'm not mistaken. But just Google it, Sexual Healings Movement in Washington, D.C., and it should pull up, guys. I just felt like I needed to record that. Maybe, I'm sure I probably, get copywritten. I'm not sure how it go, but hopefully someone will hear this. There's someone this morning who's been touched by a family member and might even know it, and if you just want to say something, man, here's your time. Here's your time, support these women, man. Women, they go through a lot, guys. We have no idea. All right, we have no idea. All right, I just wanted to get this word out, this message out this morning, man. We have no idea what women go through. You don't know what your wife might have on her mind this morning, rolling over. You don't know why she keep tossing and turning, guys. You don't know. You don't know what's wrong with your daughter. Men. If you over the age of 35 or whatever, however age you are. I know how I was about my daughter. Couldn't no one keep my child. Pretty much couldn't no one keep my children because we wouldn't let them. So can you just imagine, the days that we're living in now? Your child going to a family member's house. You don't know what's going on, guys. You don't know what's on your daughter's mind, your wife's mind, your sister's mind. You don't know, but thanks to this sister here, all right, she's opening up doors, guys. Like I said, man, on this page, man, there's more than lottery, man. There's more than just a bunch of nothing, man. We're here to educate. We're here to lift each other up. We're here to say good morning. No strife, man, no hatred, man. Look, man, we got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere, man. So with that being said, check her out, man. Peace out, y'all. I'm gone.